Hey guys. Okay, so we're still getting set up here just a little bit. I wanted to go live right at 8, but I know it will take probably about a minute or two for everybody to see that I'm here. So I actually have Alan setting up a video camera over there. See if we can get some other footage of this, maybe a higher quality version for later. But anyways, as you jump on, please let me know that you're here. You should be able to comment. I've never done a YouTube Live before, but I've done Facebook Live tons of times, as most of y'all know. So I'm thinking it's going to be a lot the same. So go ahead and just let me know who you are. Let me know that you're there. And hopefully I will be able to see everything that you're saying. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and take a look, see if I can see myself on YouTube, make sure that everything is looking okay. Give me a thumbs up if you would too on the video if you can hear me fine. Just make sure that it shows that I'm live. Okay. And whoever jumps on first, give me a comment as well. And just that way I know for sure. Oh, I can see. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Karen. Yay, thank y'all for joining me. Perfect. I can now see you. Okay, excellent. And you got a thumbs up, great, so I guess the sound is fine. So as I wait just for a couple other people to come join us, whoever gets the message that I'm live here on YouTube, I'm gonna give you guys some instructions on what you could run and grab if you don't have it already. Generally for these full moon, new moon things, I recommend having a pen and paper. So if you don't have that, run and grab your nearest pad of paper, or really it can just be, you know, a piece of white paper, since we are going to be burning it at the end. So the other thing, if you have it easily accessible, I would say a lighter and a fire-safe bowl. If you cannot watch the video in a fire-safe location, please wait and do that later. I'll give you instructions. We are in one of our timeshares right now, which is kind of like a hotel. So I'm going to go outside to light mine on fire. So I will end the video before I do that. But if you do have like an abalone shell where you would burn sage, or even a ceramic dish, then that would be a safe way to crumple your paper and burn it. So the other things, if you have an essential oil that you love to use for releasing, for grounding, I would go ahead and grab that. If you have a favorite crystal, so I will blend. I'll read you what's in it in case you don't have this particular blend. You could go grab one of the other ones if you have it. So this is a blend of a lot of wonderful things: ylang ylang, geranium, sandalwood, grapefruit, tangerine, spearmint, lemon, blue cypress, davana, kaffir lime, acacia, jasmine, matricaria, blue tansy, and rose. Rose is great for your heart. Geranium is also good for your heart. Grapefruit, tangerine, great for uplifting. Lavender is a lot like lavender, which is calming. Ylang ylang is very balancing. There was a wood oil in there somewhere. Can't remember if it was cedar wood. Oh, sandalwood, which is very grounding. So if you have any of those, a wood oil, a frankincense, a cedar wood, anything like that, that is a great one too for releasing. And then the crystals that I use are this little fellow right here, the smoky quartz. I like to use a smoky quartz point and point it away from me, direct that negative energy away from me. So I'm going to have that on my knee while we're doing this. And then mahogany obsidian. You could use regular obsidian. Let me think of some other ones. Garnet is another good root chakra stone. Any of your favorite, even something like aventurine for heart healing. So grab whatever crystal, whatever essential oil. Go ahead and sage your room. So we're setting the stage here for you to be able to do the best releasing that you can. Lisa, yes, you can absolutely use hematite. That's another great one. Hematite, onyx, any of the black, brown, or dark red crystals would be great. Yes, so hematite will work. Let's see. Okay, is there anything else? Oh, and meditative music, if you want to. We're going to do a couple of minutes of meditation in the middle here. When I do this as a local event, when I do it live, I play meditative music in the background. We meditate together. Unfortunately, I can't play meditation music behind me here because I'm just worried that the video will get flagged. I don't really know how it works on YouTube, but I can't do it for Facebook. So I'm just going to be careful and have silence, but feel free to go ahead and start playing your favorite meditation sounds, river sounds, nature sounds. Turn that music on really low and get yourself into that space. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. People may jump on, and that's totally fine. But for you guys who are here right at the beginning, the reason we are here today is to do a releasing ceremony. And there's a lot going on right now, and I'm going to run through that with you really quickly, making this an even more important time to do the releasing. So we've got Mercury retrograde right now. It's a 3-week time span where if you were to look up in the sky, it would look like Mercury was moving backwards if you were to track it every day. It's actually not. It's just we're passing in orbit. But that will affect communication. It can make you feel more tired. It can make you feel like you're having trouble communicating with other people or having tech issues, which is why I mentioned I hoped that the internet would work, and we're doing good so far. Then we have a partial lunar eclipse that was today and tomorrow, and that eclipse energy is even more powerful than just a regular full moon. And of course, it's the full moon. I believe it was the full moon like early today in our longitude, is that what it is? Where we are, I believe it was actually this morning, but that energy, the full moon energy, will last for a couple of days before and a couple of days after. So even if you were to watch this back tomorrow or the next day, the energy would still be there for you to do this releasing. So because of all of this that's going on, I want you to think just for a minute how you have felt this past week or the past 3-4 days. If you have been feeling high emotions or a little bit more mood swings, if you've been feeling tired or fatigued, having trouble communicating with people, getting frustrated with people, or having them get frustrated with you, tech issues, like I said, trouble uploading, trouble downloading, sending an email and it doesn't get sent, or whatever the case may be. Or it could be things like literal physical issues, like having headaches. I tend to get headaches with a full moon, and I get headaches with change in barometric pressure. It just happens. It's what happens to me. This week, Alan and I also decided we would do a detox. We're doing a 7-day detox, and I'm actually creating a video on every single thing we eat. And that's going to be a special video for our patrons coming up soon. So if you're not a Patreon member, I highly recommend it. But if you are a Patreon member, look forward to that. That's coming soon. But we did a physical detox at the same time, which the jury is out on whether or not that was a good idea. But I've been feeling all of these things, a lot of intensity of kind of a mix of like excitement, but fear, some bad dreams, some old emotions coming up, and then being able to release them. So I'm being a little bit of a downer right at first, just so that you know, if you've been feeling this way, it's not just you. You're not the only one, and it will pass. And that's the beautiful thing about understanding what's going on in our universe, is that okay, there's a reason that I feel this way, and it's not because all of a sudden my life got out of whack or all of a sudden I went crazy or anything like that. No, it's fine. If you're not feeling that way, fantastic. But if you are, it's okay. So you will feel better, but any of that stuff that's coming up to emotions, any of those new emotions, any of that frustration, it's there for this moment rather than hanging on to it. We have such a tendency to hang on to hurts, to hang on to injunctions, to hang on to fears, to hang on to negative thoughts about ourselves, when really what we need to do is acknowledge it, process it, digest it, and let that stuff go. So a full moon is the perfect time for us to be able to let that go. And why is that? So we're going to go ahead and dive in. So I've done this full moon releasing ceremony myself many, many times. And last month I was able to do it with a group of people in Brooklyn, and it was lovely to be able to combine that energy. So I'm looking forward to being able to share that with you tonight across the internet, for us to all come together and as one, shift our energy, release all that stuff that's holding us back from our goals, from enjoying the things that we want to enjoy in life, from just living our best lives. So The reason I do releasing at the full moon is because it's part of this actual whole cycle with the new moon and the full moon. When you have a new moon, that represents newness, which makes sense. It represents a refresh, a change. It used to be the time of planting seeds. According to the almanac, anytime there was a new moon, you would plant seeds. It's a time of turning over a new leaf. But the full moon on the other side of that, which happens about 15 days later, is a sense of fullness, a sense of having come to completion, a sense of having reached as big as it can get, and now we're waning, a sense of decrease on the other side of it, a sense of having gone somewhere and that's the end, and now you're going to go back to the beginning of that cycle, right? So it's important for us to, at this time of the full moon, to use that energy where we can see the moon in the sky, it is the closest to us, use that energy for releasing, for cleansing, for letting go, so that we can decrease anything within us that is negative or that feels weighty, so that we can then make room for all the wonderful things that are coming our way, right? So it really is that simple. New moon, you're ready for something new, setting intentions. Full moon, everything has come to fruition. It's time to let go of what's no longer serving you. And on the opposite side, the fun part is that it's time to see, what did I get done? What came to fruition that was positive, and have gratitude for that. So there's a dual here. There's a sense of immense gratitude for what has occurred over these past 15 days, for all the positive things that you have reaped from this time of growth. And then on the other side, to let go of the things that are holding you back from that next cycle, right? So I want you to ask yourself, give you a couple minutes, ask yourself, what is it that you're ready to release? Just give a moment of silence and think what pops to you first. Okay. So you may have gotten a couple of things come to mind immediately, which is fantastic. But I truly believe that there are other things that you're ready to let go of that are buried a little bit more dug in, stuck in, have bigger roots, or they're in there somewhere hiding from you because they don't really want to go away. They don't really want you to know it's time for them to go. Those could be emotions. Those could be people. Those could be thoughts about yourself. They could be fears. Whatever that is, what we want to do is not just release those surface things, not just release those first things that when I say to you, every full moon release, and you immediately think of something. We don't want to just do that. The reason we do this ceremony is so that you can get to those next layers down. So what we're going to do now is go through a little bit of breathing and a little bit of meditation so that you can get to those lower layers. So if you've got an essential oil, go ahead and put that on. If you got a crystal, get that in your lap or in your hand. I love to breathe in my essential oils, get it right here into my limbic system. I find it also works great to put it on your temples or your forehead where your third eye is, or on the back of your neck, right by your brain stem. All right, if you've got that meditative music that you want to listen to, go ahead and turn that on. If you have any questions before we get into this meditation, go ahead and type them out. I will try to answer them very quickly. Once we get into the meditation, I have some notes to kind of keep me on time with the meditation. So I'll kind of be looking at my notes a little bit, but I want you to have your eyes closed. And that will be a lot easier to almost ignore me and just hear the words in the back of your mind and go get into that meditative state. All right, so if no questions, we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing I want us to do is get centered and grounded. We want to create a sense of a safe space in which we can dig up these emotions, these thoughts, these fears that are ready to go. So get comfy. I am sitting on a meditation pillow, which is a way that I like to meditate. But if it's a chair for you, if it's laying on the floor, whatever that is, go ahead and get in that position. Kind of wiggle around, make sure that you're comfy. And we're going to do a couple of breaths together to get started. So you can go ahead and gently close your eyes, settle in. We're just going to breathe together, which will help us to feel more centered, slow our heart rate a little bit, slow those brain waves, and help us to start to enter that meditative space. So first, I want you to breathe in as deep as you can, breathing in fresh air, and breathing out stale energy. Breathing in the new, breathing out the old. Breathing in nourishment from the universe. And breathing out, releasing any tension. I want you to think for a second, speaking of tension, are you holding on to any? Maybe your shoulders, check there, wiggle a little bit. Maybe in your neck or your back. Even your hands or your feet sometimes hold some tension. Do a couple more breaths. Deep as you can. And releasing a couple more muscles every time. Okay. Now that we have gotten grounded and centered and created a safe space together, we're going to begin allowing ourselves to open up and see deeper inside that are holding us down. Take a look around. Where are those hidden weights? Where are the negative thoughts that you're holding on to? These could be about yourself, someone close to you, or they could be about a company or a situation in the world. Where are those little sticky bits of negativity that are clinging and dragging down your energy? Are there any fears that are in there that are stopping you from taking the next step? The next step means something specific and different to you than it does to anyone else. There's something you want, something you desire, something you want to create. And there may be a fear or a resistance that's blocking you, that's keeping you from moving forward. What is that fear? Is there a physical state that you find yourself in that's dragging you down? That you believe to be the way things have to be? But maybe they don't. What is that thing? Oh boy, do you wish you could change it? Do you wish you could leave it in the past? I'm going to give you about a minute more. Ask yourself your own leading questions. dig around and find those things that are holding you down, holding you back, that are ready to go. Now I want you to ask yourself one question. What are you ready to release? Start the sentence, I am ready to release. And what comes next? What's the answer to that question? I'll give you a few more seconds to let those answers come. Now that you've received that answer, the one that only you need to know, the one that's unique to you, it's only for today. Now it's ready to release all of those things. It's time to release them. So we're going to take a few more breaths together to prepare for that process. We're going to breathe out stress and breathe in peace. Breathe out fear. Breathe in trust. Breathe out all those bits of negativity. And breathe in love. And gently, whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. All right, guys, so now that we have gone through that meditation, a very simple meditation, asking yourself, what's holding me back? What no longer belongs? What am I ready to release? Now you know what that is. I want you to grab your piece of paper and your pen. If you didn't bring one, you could do this at the end after the video, or if it's nearby, get up and grab your pen and paper now. I'm just using a regular sheet. What I'm actually going to do is tear it so that it's less for me to burn later. Just get myself a piece. I'm going to give you just a couple of seconds here to jot down in words or pictures anything that came up to you during that meditation. We're going to put it down, take it out of yourself, put it onto this piece of paper, and then from this piece of paper, we'll be able to symbolically and physically release it. So go ahead now, doodles, words, whatever it is that comes to you. All right, I love anything to do with crafts and using your left and right brain. So we're engaging our creative part of our brain, and we're engaging the left side of the brain by being able to see this as a physical, literal object. So now that you've got that, what we're going to do is, if you have that fire-safe bowl, a safe space to do this, a lighter, you're going to take your piece of paper and your lighter. You're going to crumple it up if you want to, or take one edge, and you're just going to light that baby on fire. All right? Burn that up. Rinse the ashes. Don't start any real fires, and get rid of that stuff. If you don't have a good way of doing that, crumple it up into as many tiny, teeny little pieces as you can. If you're like me and you want to go outside to burn it, you can wait to the end of this. But what you're going to do is literally take this physical representation of all the stuff you're ready to let go, and you're going to make it disappear. All right? And the other thing that I love to do at this moment to really solidify the symbolicness and the importance of letting things go is to do an affirmation. So I'm going to lead you guys in that. Whenever I say an affirmation, I like to put a hand over my heart and hand on my forehead, connecting my heart and my mind, connecting the heart chakra and the third eye. And I'll repeat once, and then you repeat with me in your room, internally or out loud if you can. I release everything. Let's say that together. I release everything holding me back from becoming my highest self. I release everything holding me back from becoming my highest self. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. I choose joy. I choose joy. I choose joy. I choose abundance. I choose abundance. I choose abundance. I believe in love. I believe in love. I believe in love. I believe in joy. I believe in joy. I believe in joy. I believe in abundance. I believe in abundance. I believe in abundance. Now let's manifest it. I manifest love. I manifest love. I manifest love. I manifest joy. I manifest joy. I manifest joy. I manifest abundance. I manifest abundance. I manifest abundance. And now you have told yourself, you've told the universe what you are ready to let go of. You have spoken what you are ready to receive. And that is the way that you want to start this cycle from the full moon back into the new moon. When you get to the new moon, I'm hoping to do a live video for that as well. If y'all would like to join me on YouTube for that, please let me know. I'll try and get it scheduled. But I do a very specific intention setting too. Karen, if you're still on here, she did it with me last month. It was a lot of fun. I have seen a lot of powerful manifestation from that in my own life, and I know that anyone else who did it has too. So I know that you feel wonderful right now. I hope that you feel like a giant weight has been lifted off of you. I would love for you to comment if you want any shift that you feel, any emotions that you're feeling. It's always good to acknowledge any shift in yourself that feels positive so that you can continue that energy. But ask me any questions that you have about this if you wanted to go and do it for yourself. Now, you don't have to wait for a full moon to do a releasing. I release every Sunday in the Facebook group and on Patreon. Every Sunday, I give them a releasing post as a reminder to let that stuff go. So you can do this same basic principle Sunday and that same basic affirmation at the end of choosing love, joy, and abundance and letting everything else go. Let's close out our ceremony really quickly with the other half of this full moon concept. We have that sense of fullness, of being full and then declining in size, letting go of the things that no longer to fruition. So I want to give you 15 seconds to think of how to be grateful for. Every single thing that has happened to you recently that you have in your life to be grateful for. and go. And I want to thank you guys. I am grateful for you for joining me today for this. Thank you for jumping on to YouTube and making my first live YouTube very fun for me and very much a great experience. I want to leave you with a couple of announcements. So if you don't know anything about Patreon, feel free to let me know. Lisa, you feel so relaxed. Fantastic. Wonderful. I always feel very relaxed after I meditate, especially after I let go of all this weight. But so if you don't know about Patreon, feel free to ask me. There's a YouTube, but it's patreon.com/IvyandLight. If you want more information, that's my membership group. So basically it allows you to support me and to support my ability to continue making these videos, continue to write blogs, continue to put positive energy out into the world and teach you how to use those same healing energies as well. But with that $5 a month comes access to the Facebook group or the post through Patreon if you're not a Facebook person. And this month we're doing all about essential oils. So if you jump in now, it's actually free until the first of any month that you join. Once you sign on to Patreon, you get the rest of that month for free because it charges on the first. So if you're interested in learning about essential oils, I would say go ahead and do that now. And you can read all of the posts that I've put this month. Next month is going to be our half-year check-in. It's a little bit over half a year, but how are your manifestations coming? So look for a lot of motivation. I'm going to motivate you guys to really, really make the best of the end of your year. So that's all next month. And another thing coming for the Patreon members is, and this is $1 or $5 level, I'm going to start doing an extra video per month just for you guys. And the first one is this video of every single thing that Alan and I ate this week on our detox. You get to follow us along on the snacks and the food. Y'all know he's a fantastic cook. I whip some things up myself. And for those of you who have wanted to try our detox but are a little bit afraid to, this will give you a really great idea of how that can work for you, just practically speaking what you could make. And then for my locals, on the 27th and 28th of July, I'm going to be at Sip Shop Eat, which is in Bushwick. If you go to ivyandlight.com to the events tab, you'll see all the info on that. That's a free event. It's basically a craft fair. Come by and see me, say hello. I would love, love, love to see you. It will make me feel loved to have people come by. Feel free, of course, to browse and shop. To pick out your favorite crystals, to talk custom orders with me too. And then July 30th, I'm doing another workshop at the Mercedes Club in Manhattan at 54th Street. We are going to do a bracelet workshop. You're going to make your own healing gemstone bracelets as I teach you the exact process that I use every time that I create, cleanse, infuse a piece of jewelry. So you're going to get my exact way of putting healing energy into crystals so that you can do that for yourself, for your pieces of jewelry, or for your, your tumbled stones like this whenever you want to. So there are tickets for that. It's $35, and that includes the cost of taking home your own bracelet, which is pretty cool. So that you can also get ivyandlight.com/events will take you to the calendar and the ticketing link. Love to see you guys there too. That's a Tuesday. And I think that's all that I have. Thank you, Lisa. I wish you lived in New York too. We're doing a lot of traveling now. Remind me where you are, because as I travel, I'm trying to see if there are people that I could come visit, or if I could create a workshop in that local area. I'm headed to Wisconsin later in the year, and I'm hoping to do an event there. Hoping to do some things in Jersey. So as I travel, I would love to bring those local things with me. Ooh, Palm Beach. Okay, well, next year, I don't know what time, maybe early in the year, we're headed down the entire East Coast. So I'll keep you in mind for that. But what I want you guys to do, comment, hit me up on social media if there is a YouTube workshop that you want to see me do, because it's not just for the locals. I want to spread as much love to you guys as I can as well. But I want to to give you guys the information, the teaching, the healing that's of most interest to you. So definitely let me know any suggestions you have. Let me know questions as well. I want to just send you guys so much love for this full moon, Mercury retrograde, eclipse season that we're in. Remember, if you feel a negative emotion come up, that is there to tell you it's time to let it go. If you feel a frustration, deep breaths, let that go too. This too shall pass. All right, guys? And at the end of it, you will have such lighter, more vibrant energy to move forward. So keep your eye on. Blessings to you all. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Love you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.